As soon as Brian hits the ground, several large animals go bolting from our right to left.
We just busted something. Did you get a look at them?
They were elk. There was like 5 or 6 of them. They're still in here.
This little meadow had a really hard frost and it was very cold in there. No response there, so we kept on moving. And we're standing there doing a map check, and this small elk walks by. It goes into these pine trees, and then Brian's able to put a stalk on it.
I wasn't sure if she was going to be out or going out into the meadow, but she kept circling in there. I think she kind of had a clue that I was there, and that's why she stopped, because she saw me. She locked me up for a little bit there. She kind of was like, and then just kept going, circled around. But
That was kind of fun though, huh?
yeah, just marking a spot on Onyx, and freaking elk comes walking by like right here. Don't move.
So then we headed back to camp, and we actually had a shower. There's a hose that hooks up right here to a hot water tank, and a private little spot to get out of the wind. So now we're back at the Waterhole. A practice draw. Checking field of view. And our little duck comes back out. Then Mr. Owl shows up. The owl's getting a good look at something down there. Whatever it is, he got it and is having himself a nice little snack. She's a talker, that's for sure. This is what happens to my camera that last 15 minutes or so of legal light. Weird aberrations and weird blur. It's just weird. So we closed out that night. Nothing too exciting.
With the amount of people we saw yesterday, we decided to relocate. So we got up early. Got pretty cold last night. We had some hard frost. And packed up, drove out. We couldn't drive to where we wanted to because there's a dead end there. So we're walking in. Got about a half mile to walk into our spot we wanted to park to hike in. So
Yeah, a little bit of a wake-up surprise.
yeah,
Road closed.
road closed. So doesn't necessarily show that on the map, but here we are walking.
It actually says on the map that it's open
Yeah,
for motorized traffic.
yeah.
Oh well. Good thing we didn't pack up last night and try and move camp.
Oh, that would have been bad.
We turned around and went back.
Yeah, we would have wasted a lot of time then.
Yeah.
But that gets us an early start because there is an absolute cluster of vehicles at this trailhead. However, the trailhead does not look like it's been used. The trail anyway. So, we shall see. We're going to switch from white to red light, but that ain't going to cut it. I can't see anything.
What you're seeing on the camera right now is probably blackness.
Yeah, this might not show up at all.
This
It is a moonless night, that's for sure. So there is no light out in this piece. All right, so white light it is. Side of this hill is like an avalanche chute. Scree field.
every step is like 110% effort.
Yeah, every step is definitely harder than it should be.
Climbing a pretty good mountain, and eventually we start seeing some sign. Beds, footprints, rubs. The ever-present pine squirrel.
It's not happy with us.
We got something to respond to a bugle, so I got the camera on and we're trying to get a little back and forth. You can hear it here.
It's not all I got.
We go down in there and then we realize it's a couple of hunters. It's pretty obvious when there's a below average cow call going through a bugle tube.
We thought by coming over on this side and up onto this bigger, steeper mountain that we might avoid some people, but not so much. So we're at just over 10,600 feet right now. Brian's making a morning pit stop over there, and we've got quite a heck of a view from up here. So keep going up.
So we spent several hours going up and around the top of that mountain, and at one point we thought we had something walking by and coming right into us. Turned out it was 5 guys from Ohio. So not only do we have those 5 guys from Ohio in this spot we thought we'd maybe have a little more privacy, but where we had been hunting, there's 9 guys from Texas, 4 from Arkansas, 4 from Argentina. We saw Kansas plates, Nebraska plates, Colorado plates. So that's why we went over there, because over there seems to be a ton of people. It's hard to get away.
When you think you're back there far enough, but obviously you're not.
By the time it's all said and done, we got about an almost 3-mile straight line distance back to the car, which means pretty good hike back. It's been a long enough day, and this is now a long enough hike that I got to get a water resupply, and my filter does not flow very well. I struggle with it.
Not the greatest way to traverse the world, but the hidden rocks in the grass suck too.
These rocks are beating up my boo-boo foot, that's for sure.
My feet hurt so bad. I can't even describe the pain. Oh. Feels like I have sandpaper for insoles. It's like, it's not like a one spot, it's just like the bottom of my foot is doing this.
When I saw this new scree field, or whatever you want to call this, I wanted to quit. 8.7, Brian.
Oh my God.
The last 3 were pretty nasty. So we're gonna spend tonight, last night, best night, on the Waterhole again. Even though I didn't show it last night, we did see 2 elk. Well, I did not see them. Brian saw them. I heard them, but I was actually staring at the duck. So the duck had my attention.
6 minutes of legal light left, and I was just like, we're staying here until it's over.
So it's a pretty short hike to get in there. I don't even think it's 3/4 mile, but I think Brian's tired.
Yeah, we realized that my pack is like 15 pounds heavier than Chris's, and I have half the stuff. We don't really know what's going on there. There's a rock somewhere that he put in it.
We literally just went through it and we don't know what's in there that's weighing it down so much. There's a hidden compartment somewhere.
It's kind of late, so we really try to sneak into the hole. Brian lets me know that the duck is already out. So once again, I'm preoccupied with the duck. And the owl is back, but this time he lands right below us. 20-25 yards right below us. And of course she's still talking. So as it started getting dark, the owl actually started taking shots at the duck, and the duck would dive underwater. I can't get it on camera because, like I said, my camera does goofy things in low light. this is what it does. So obviously here's my camera being ugly. Now this is what it looks like in the viewfinder, so you think, oh, it's just going to be a little fuzzy because it's low light. Then you hit record and it gets nasty. You hit stop, the viewfinder looks good. Even though we saw an elk pass us at about 150 yards on our right, the night ended somewhat uneventfully. If it wasn't for the owl and the duck, it would have been really boring.
Last morning, best morning. Let's go. Stay hard.
So we got a response.
Just give him another go.
Sounded like maybe it was 100 yards or so into the woods on the other side of the meadow. But Brian made a play and got over there. I stayed back.
I've never heard an elk make that sound before in my entire life.
Yeah, that sounded like a fart.
It sounded like a really loud fart, and he did it twice. Then he barked. He barked at us. I'm pretty sure that was not a hunter, though. I thought he was gonna come out.
Did you hear anything? Walk away or anything?
Yeah, I thought it was coming towards me, but I knew he wasn't gonna come across the meadow, so I ran across the meadow as fast as I could. And then this squirrel, my heart was pounding because I thought that was it coming through.
Yeah, there was one time where it like hit 4 branches on the way down. I was like, oh, he's right on Brian's right.
How awesome would that have been? Last morning. Before I poke you in the face with this again. Well, an exciting morning.
And that squirrel's getting it.
We should go pick up all the
And throw.
and run away with them.
Man, that squirrel's getting it.
Eventually we work our way back up the ridge toward an area where we'd had the encounter with the bull before that we both saw moving left to right. And we got another response. So we closed the distance there, and Brian was stalking around with the wind, hooking around to the left, and I was raking a tree, and everything was going great until Brian saw that it was a hunter. Just can't seem to get away. So with that wrapped up the day. It was our planned time to go home. So we headed out, drove on out, but we'll be back after them. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, give us that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button down there, and as always, thanks for watching.